You can now create an entire content creation team with just 2 AI tools. No designers, no script writers, and no editors. Just you and 2 AI that have changed content creation forever, Claude and NotebookLM. And in this video, I'm going over them and exactly how I'm using them to create content faster and easier as I build my personal brand. I'll be covering the workflows to repurpose content in minutes, 4 AI skills that replace your content creation team, and how to find winning content ideas easily. If you don't know me, I'm Matthew, and I'm on the journey building a profitable personal brand over the next 7 months, and sharing the systems, tips, and AI that help me with that. So if you want to stay tuned, then hit subscribe. But let's get into the 4 AI skills that will build your content creation team without any freelancers or employees. Skill 1, weekly content audience report. Your best content lives where your audience does, and trying to find great content ideas from thin air is just a quick way to create boring content. What this content audience report does is it puts your audience's problems, pains, desires, questions, and niche trends into a report that you can check on each week for content ideas. And it extracts data from Reddit communities automatically using 2 tools, which would be Claude and Apify. So let's jump into how to actually set this up. So you firstly want to create an Apify account and connect this to your Claude account, which you can obviously do by going to the connected section inside Claude and then connecting the 2. And you just need the API key and then simply paste it into where it says within the connectors, and it will be set up and connected. You then want to go ahead and create a skill inside Claude. So go to customize, go to skills, and then create a skill using the skill creator inside Claude, because this is just the easiest way to create a new skill because it guides you. And you want to prompt it to use Apify to scrape certain communities that you put together for problems, pains, desires, and questions, and obviously niche trends into a weekly report that you can look at for content ideas. And then of course you want to go ahead and just edit it and then test it and refine it better, because it's probably not going to be perfect the first time that you test run it. But like every skill, even in humans, like you need to actually put the skill to test to actually improve it and get better at it. And it's the exact same thing for AI. Skill 2, content researcher. This skill will save you hours every week in your content creation. Content research used to take forever, but NotebookLM has changed that forever. It's how you research content in minutes, not hours. So to set this up, you firstly want to go to NotebookLM and create an account if you haven't already. Then simply, when you have your content idea, you want to gather different sources for the content. So this would be like YouTube videos and blogs. And what you can do is you can plug this into NotebookLM and simply prompt it to summarize all the data for you, so you don't have to manually go through each source and summarize the data yourself. What you're looking to do is to create a actionable step-by-step guide from the sources that you've plugged in that you can obviously use to support your content, and it's just going to be a lot quicker to create quality content without you manually going through each source and doing the content research yourself. Skill 3, script writer. The hardest part about social media content is writer's block. You sit down ready to write a post or script a piece of content and you're staring at a blank page for about 15+ minutes. It sucks, but Claude has solved that if you create platform-specific writers. So for me, this would be like a YouTube writer, Instagram writer, and LinkedIn writer. So to set this up, you firstly want to create a writing framework specific for the platform that you're looking to create on. So you can do this by going to NotebookLM and simply finding articles and sources that provide good information on how to write well for that specific platform. And you want to plug this into NotebookLM and simply prompt it to develop a framework for how to write well on that platform. And then obviously you can use that to feed it to Claude and train it to write well for that specific platform. So the next thing would be creating your brand guidelines. So this means that the writing actually aligns to your tone and to your brand, not creating like AI slop, which is just not good. If you don't have this already, you can prompt Claude to create this for you. by using a prompt like this, which I will show on the screen and even share in the description. So you can simply just create your brand guidelines. Once you have these things, you want to go ahead and create a skill inside Claude. Just like last time, obviously go to the connectors section, go to the skill, and then go to the skill creator skill that Claude has. You then obviously want to review it once you've built it and test it out. Give it a content idea and let it write a piece of content, and obviously edit it, because it's probably not going to be perfect the first time. It's just going to get better the more and more that you use it. Skill 4, Carousel Builder. Repurposing content is an absolute time hack for content creation, and carousels are a great way to do this. You can repurpose long form or short form content. So you simply want to go ahead and grab your brand guidelines, and you want to create a carousel framework. So again, go to NotebookLM, plug in sources of how to, or quality sources of how to create a good carousel for social media. The next thing you want to do is then extract a design style from a carousel. So you can obviously do this on social media from a carousel that you found and you liked, or you can go to Pinterest and simply search a carousel design and download the video and just ask Claude to extract the design style from that carousel that you can obviously use for influence for when it comes to creating carousels yourself. You then want to go ahead and create a skill or a project inside of Claude, just following the same process as last time. And then obviously edit it, review it, and test it. And what you can do is you can obviously feed it your script that you want to repurpose, and you want to provide it images that it can use for the carousel. And so, for example, this was one that I created with Claude. And then every time you want to repurpose a piece of content, you just simply want to obviously plug in your piece of content that you want to repurpose, and it just does it automatically without you actually having to create the carousel yourself and spend hours doing that. But if you enjoyed this video, then hit the thumbs up, and if you want to stay tuned for me building my personal brand over the next 7 months and tips, strategies, and AI that help me with that, then hit the subscribe button. But apart from that, thank you for watching.